It's a move that could shuffle the attendance deck at some of TUSD schools. The district has been tackling overcrowding at a few high schools.
And to alleviate the problem, the superintendent is considering changing the district boundary lines and will present his proposal at tomorrow's board meeting. As 9 News Sign investigative reporter Valerie Cavazos reports, the superintendent didn't want this information to be released early.
It's what Gabriel Trujillo is calling the High School Revitalization Initiative, an action item, which means board members can vote tomorrow on whether to move forward with the proposed plan. Today, I got a closer look at the proposal, and here it is. TUSD operates 10 high schools on 9 campuses. 2 are over capacity. University and Rincon High Schools share a campus, and then there's Tucson High. Cholla, Pueblo, and Saguaro, well, they meet the preferred range. But 4 high schools are well below capacity. Palo Verde, Catalina, Sabino, they hover around the halfway mark. And Santa Rita hit nearly rock bottom. They're at 21%. So Trujillo wants to examine boundary lines at the schools bursting at the seams. So we caught up with him before he headed into his next meeting. Gabriel Trujillo paints his high school improvement initiative as a bold action, a requirement, he says, to fix the declining enrollment and boost student achievement.
We want to grow enrollment at 2 struggling high schools. We want to invest in Catalina. We want to grow enrollment there.
To achieve that, Trujillo's preliminary scenario would move portions of the boundary around Tucson High School, which is overcrowded. Palo Verde is also targeted.
Probably the most under-enrolled high school magnet schools is Palo Verde.
So changing boundaries around Rincon High School would shift some students to Palo Verde. And Trujillo says that would create more space for University High.
It's sort of my recommendation on how I think we can get this done. This is obviously just a first step.
That Trujillo didn't want the public to get wind of yet. He wanted tomorrow's unveiling to be before the board. Board member Michael Hicks says it'll take some convincing to sign off on any boundary changes.
I don't know if it's worth it to change the boundary lines. I don't understand why we're looking at the boundary lines.
Any proposal requires buy-in from those involved in the desegregation court order. Trujillo also proposed a timeline that includes public hearings in April and May and a final vote by the board in June. And we have more details on our website, KGUN9.com.